That was a harmonica cover of Blowing in the Wind by Bob Dylan. Those lyrics start with the question, how many roads must a man walk down before you call him a man? And if anybody knows the answer to that question, I bet you it's Zoran Mamdani, who just won the Democratic primary for the New York City mayoral race. And on election day, he went on a 13-mile walk through Manhattan, accumulating supporters as he went along. He started out with a handful of people behind him, and by the end, he had thousands. After he won his primary, J.D. Vance tweeted or blue skied or X'd or truthed, I'm not sure. Anyway, he said, congratulations to Mamdani, the new leader of the Democratic Party. And if luck is with us, he's absolutely right. Because Mamdani ran on a campaign of cost of living and affordability, right? He ran on city-run grocery stores. He ran on free buses and free childcare, all paid for by taxes on the uber wealthy, the top 1% of New York City residents. And this is the model that won over neighborhoods that went to Trump in the general election and won the primary. This is the same model that's scaring establishment leaders of the Democratic Party, like Chuck Schumer, who refused to endorse Mamdani, even when directly asked. So what does this all mean, right? Okay, Democrats lost. Bad. Like, really lost, okay? We were all excited. And the Democrats lost. Because campaigns out of the Obama-era playbook of platitudes about the American dream and working hard and the melting pot, the platitudes don't work anymore, right? What works is a focus on cost of living, and we know this because there were people, thousands and thousands and thousands of people who voted for Democratic senators, even left-wing ones like AOC, and then voted for Trump in the presidential race, right? So it's not that every Trump supporter is like a diehard true believer of MAGA ideology. They've just been convinced that Trump is better at economics, which we know isn't true. But that's what a lot of median voters were convinced of in the 2024 general election. And that's why they were able to support Democrats ideologically in down-ballot races and vote for Trump in the general election. If we take the example of somebody voting for AOC down-ballot and then voting for Trump in the presidential race, we can see that there's a consistent focus on economics, on standard of living, right? So if Democrats want to win an election, like, ever again, maybe Mamdani should be a model for Democratic politicians. I listened to his victory speech, and he was doing some of those same platitudes about the American dream and hard work, and sort of like the Democratic equivalent of the bootstraps rhetoric, right? But he was also focusing on economics, on policy, on standard of living, cost of living. So maybe that is the model for the Democratic Party, right? We have some of those platitudes to kind of assuage and bring along some of those old guard Democrats, but keep the focus ultimately on policy. So let us hope that Mamdani does create a new model for Democratic politicians.